Hello, this is my Milestone 2 turn-in for Week two's Portfolio 6 course at Full Sail. And this is my working copy of my asset. The Maya was lagging on me pretty bad, so I had to disseminate this character so I can properly align and make this live so I can get these assets in here properly. So my main focus for this week, along with many others, but the ones that I spent most of the time with is lining these feathers up right. Um, it was fairly simple process. This is, I guess, a question I'd like to ask, whether these negative faced polygons will hinder my asset. Because what I did was I extruded just one edge and pulled it out from the sides, and then I smoothed the feather once, and then I manipulated as such according to my reference here. And I definitely want to add these holes, these little separations between the fibers of the feathers. I want to add that, but I want to make sure that these are good working geometries that can be manipulated for that. But for right now, they're kind of like marker placements to let me know where these things are going to go and how the model's looking so far. Based on my concept art here, I see that there's like a ribbon kind of connecting all this to the base of the headdress. So what I plan to do is retopologize this, but incorporate little slits to where I can add the ribbon in there. I may have to hollow out the eyes. I had it hollowed out in another version. I closed them up, not thinking that I would have to utilize that. But essentially, I want to get that ribbon exactly like here. I want it going in through the skull, coming out, and then kind of overlapping each one of these feathers to simulate them, staying in place. I thought I had UV'd the first feather, but when I checked my UV editor, it was completely messed up. It may have been due to the manipulations that I made on this first one when I first brought it in to get it that overall kind of bending. Looks a little more lump. I probably need to do a little bit more, pull it out some. Did have kind of an issue on how and where to place this skull. Right here, it kind of looks like he's flat on the headdress, kind of sticking up, which if you look at the headdress by itself, along with the child asset, I tried to make it come up just a little bit to kind of give it that flat, kind of rise up from the skull, not too flushed with the skull. I figured it'd make it too round. I guess I could kind of push this out a little bit more to get that effect a little bit more. But for the most part, that's one of the things I've been kind of struggling with, is how exactly I can get this skull placed to mimic this kind of placement here. I have since retopologized the skull. The high-res version is floating around somewhere. I could easily import it back. Hair is kind of penetrating through. I'm going to have to smooth that out when I get into ZBrush, kind of flatten it down. After viewing the placement of the hair, I think it'd be plausible, just because it is in a ponytail, and normally the hair in a ponytail is a lot more flat, so I think I can get away with flattening that out a little bit more so it wouldn't protrude so much past this geometry here. Definitely going to work on the hair. I'm thinking about doing some X-Gen for the hair. I feel like with this hair structure, it'd be pretty simple to tackle. I plan to do that as soon as I get my retopology done. I don't have the retopology done for this asset right here. Since the last milestone, I did open the mouth to allow it to be riggable. I've added all these extra assets, as I mentioned before, including the side ear headdress. I have the neck chokers. I used a regular geometry. I forgot the terminology, excuse me. Yeah, I just use a regular polygon primitive for this. I didn't realize that I had used a NURBS primitive to make these. Um, I had a question on the importance and the difference between these two and whether they'll both work. I do need some work on the wrinkles of the pants. They're very basic wrinkles, but I do have a really good idea on where to go and where to achieve that look. I've been using reference of pregnant women, not necessarily for the belly, but for the wrinkles of the pants, how the belly hangs over the pants and how it gives that mini wrinkled kind of shape, kind of look to it. Probably going to make the pants a little bit thicker, maybe. I'm still in debate with that. I'm going to make a call real soon. I adjusted the feet according to the small critique I was given them a slight slant coming down here. This week's focus, if not by the end of Monday, I should have fingernail imprints ready to go on this asset, and or toenails and fingernails. I do plan to focus in on the fingers, kind of get those a little bit more evened out, so that by the end of Monday I can have this guy retopologized completely, so I can start focusing on the next few steps. But this I am also going to retopologize, put X-Gen fur on it to give it that nice fuzzy rabbit foot kind of feel to it that most Native American headdresses have available. See, I already mentioned the hair going on X-Gen. Got a little bit of the skeletal structure of a child as best as I can. I try not to put too much muscle into it. For the most part, assuming I'd have to do a little bit more research on how this back piece connects to the back, because I know the slant right here is not too much. And this is just me reviewing the asset, a little bit more thoroughly than I have been. Like I said, I've been focusing more on the headdress for this week. So reviewing this asset now, I see a few tweaks. Any critique will definitely help. I'll make the adjustments according. I really am enjoying how the outcome of this model is coming out. I think it's looking out really nice. Once I do some of these finishing touches to it, I think it should be good. For the dragon character, I haven't really. I've been having some baking issues with this dragon character. This up, excuse me, terribly sorry. So my dragon character needs a little help. This is just UV mapped into its 0 to 1 space. I've been having some normal map issues with this character, with trying to bake him out into UDIM space. But also, I did notice some flaws, which I would like to go back and kind of model him a little bit more. I know I'd have to retopologize, but I think I can retopologize this guy fairly simpler than I had any issues with before. But for the most part, this is what I got going for the dragon character. And so, if you see here are my normal maps that I've been utilizing from Mudbox, and I've been getting these weird, I guess, artifacts or these weird shadows. I mainly noticed it predominantly on the chest area. It almost seems like the shadow of the hands where they're placed over are kind of burning into the skin here on the bottom. So I mean, I have attempted to get these normal maps, but they haven't been baking as well as I would like them to be baked. Anyways, I feel like I've covered most of what I tried here. Here's another normal map baking attempt. Let's find the main body. Let's see if I'm having. Yeah, see, it's the same issues here. I'm kind of getting this same thing here. I'm not sure if it's because I don't have them modeled in T-pose, which I'll go ahead and do that in a heartbeat just to get this thing, you know, baked properly. But for the most part, that's it. I'm excited about these two characters. I want these two guys finished by, if not the end of this month, mid-December, so that I could focus on Portfolio 4's asset, which is right there with close to completion. And yeah, like I said, I'm very excited about this. Let me go ahead and make this into 3 key. I know we don't like to model in 3 key, but to go ahead and complement the rest of the model. But yeah, for the most part, here's a side view of how he's looking. It's pretty good. So thank you for listening, and feel free to critique as much as you want. I can take it.